All right, go live. Let me make sure. There's the... Sorry for the delay, guys. I was trying to. I was working on a video, and it was while it was being processed. I didn't want to jump in live because then, whenever that was finished, it would have probably kicked me off or jumped on the screen, so it would have been a little awkward just seeing that pop up there. I see that Ruins is on. Hi, Ruins. I'm coming live from my studio today. Just completed a painting, so just wanted to share it with everyone. Hopefully my delay didn't kind of... I know I said I would have been on about, I think almost 10 minutes ago, but I had a little bit of a problem with the video that I was working on, so I went ahead and just came on when I could. Looks like we've got 2 people. Just go ahead and post a comment. Let me know you're here. I'm just finishing up the painting that you see in the background. Actually, it's finished. I'm just going to be putting my signature on there and kind of talking a little bit about, what it's about, how it came about, that sort of thing. I actually started the painting, I think last Monday. Not, yeah, it's been just over a week that I started the painting, and I didn't work on it over the weekend because we were gone to the Chinese New Year festival, and there's a video I posted about that. So when I got back on Sunday, I was a little tired, so I really didn't do anything then. But I worked on it a little yesterday, and then this morning got up fairly early and did the completion part of it. So just minor touches. But I think it's done. If you're an artist, you don't ever know when to stop on a painting. And that's how I was with this one. It's like, okay, I think I'm finished. I think I'm finished. Okay, I'm finished. So you have to get to that point where you say it's done, put down the paintbrush, and call it a day. So, but yeah, this painting actually, if you can, I'm not sure if I have it there. It's called, well, this isn't the actual name of it. I call it, well, I really haven't come up with a name yet, to be honest. But it's my interpretation of a dream that I had. And in this dream, a volcano was erupting. But before the volcano erupted, I was basically kind of flying from one mountain to the next. And I was just a free soul. Just going about my business, flying to the next. And then all of a sudden, there's this major eruption. And there's lava spewing, there's rock falling from the sky. And obviously, whenever the ground shakes, especially if there are trees around. But in my dream, there are all these trees and the ground starts to shake. And all of a sudden, all these snakes start to drop from the trees. But the thing is, I'm not even being affected by the snakes. I'm kind of hopping over, jumping, dodging them. A few of them would hit me and I would kind of brush them off. But in the process, there are several people who are around And there are quite a few of these people who are being strangled by these snakes. And a couple of them are boa constrictors. So I look across and I see one person over there and is being wrapped around and really being squeezed, and then I see another one being bitten. And everywhere I look, there are all these people that are being affected by the snake somehow, either being bitten or being strangled. And then, but the lava is still spewing. There's stuff falling down, and I am not being affected in any way. So I wake up, and it was kind of scary. So I wake up and I thought to myself, what in the world does this dream really mean? So I'm looking it up and doing my research, because I fully believe that our dreams are prophetic. So I'm looking up the meaning of this dream, and I'm looking up, volcano erupting and snakes are falling from trees. So I'm looking up both of these together, but it popped up as being the volcano erupting. And so I decided, okay, well, maybe I just look up the meaning of snakes and dreams. And it turns out they're obviously two separate things. So the volcano erupting actually meant several things. It it said that it could mean that you have like anger inside of you that's getting ready to erupt within you. It could also mean that you have some kind of an idea or a goal or a dream inside of you that really needs to be birthed. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, well, I don't think it's the anger part. I work pretty hard at controlling anger outbursts. I try not to get angry. I really try not to. But I thought about the other meaning or potential meaning, that I have something within me that just needs to be birthed. It's like, well, that could be a possibility, because there's always something that I'm working on. And I do have a list of goals that I would want to achieve before the end comes. So I think I'm going to go with that particular meaning. S- Snakes are concerned. The snakes in your dream, a lot of people, I think, tend to identify snakes in your dream as being something bad. And I don't think they necessarily are. It could be, I think, depending on the color of the snakes, I think they could have negative connotations. However, I think it meant, especially the fact that I was kind of dodging all of them and I was not being affected by the snakes at all. I mean, these snakes there were hundreds of snakes literally dropping from the trees, and there were other people who were being bitten and being strangled, choked by these snakes, but I wasn't being affected at all. And based on what I was reading, the interpretation was that there are certain people in my life who I should be dissociating myself from, because they are not necessarily um, there for, they don't necessarily have good intentions toward me, or they are not necessarily in my my circle of people who are going to ensure that I move forward, or not necessarily people that are looking out for my best interests. You kind of get the picture. So that is what I took that interpretation to mean. So what am I going to do with it? I'm not sure, but I think the universe has a way of working things out. Is that so? Yeah, I think that one alone, and I'm just going to let things work out on their own. But what happened was I went on for about 2 weeks after having this dream with just this kind of anxiety that I needed to put this down on canvas. And it took about 2 weeks, but it just kept eating at me and eating at me. You need to paint this, you need to paint this, you need to paint this. So I finally whipped out a canvas, and that's what you're looking at behind me. And I started working on it about, um, like I said, last Monday. I started, so it's just over a week, and I work on it about um, maybe an hour each day. I think I did about an hour each day, and I completed it this morning. So this is the painting of my interpretation of that particular dream. So all I'm going to do today is sign it basically because it's finished. And I also have a video that I'm going to upload that shows me actually painting it from start to finish. However, this morning I kind of got into the zone and did not realize that my camera had stopped recording at one point. So I ended up losing a lot of footage, about an hour's worth of when I started to paint the figure on there. Um, so there's a little bit of a gap when you see me jump from actually drawing the figure. There's the figure almost completed, but the idea is you'll be able to see this from the start to finish of this particular painting. So it's as soon as I'm finished here with the live, I'm gonna go ahead and upload that video so you can have a chance to see how I actually created the painting. So I work in acrylics, so the painting that you're looking at behind me is actually all acrylic paints, and I usually sign it with a gold marker, which I am going to do that now. Let me see if I can put this up there. And yeah. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll also take a photograph of it, and I will show you guys a close up. So thank you guys for watching today, and stay tuned for the actual video showing the process. And in the meantime, I'm going to be thinking about an actual name. I really haven't come up with one yet, but it's that's usually the hardest part. I can get the painting, I can see the painting, I can get it out on canvas, but naming it, I have a few names in mind that I think would be perfect, but I won't say anything just yet. I will do that reveal in the video, or I'll do it at a later time to tell you what I actually ended up naming it. All right, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again real soon.